Almost Famous with John Shea. Featuring local and independent musicians from the South Shore, Boston, and New England. On 95.9 WATD.
Welcome to the Almost Famous Tiny Stage, 95.9 WATD, introducing you to independent bands and musicians from across New England. Brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass. I'm John Shea. If you're a local band or musician with original music you'd like to hear on the radio, please reach out. Find all the contact information on the Almost Famous page at 95.9watd.com. Give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at Almost Famous Radio, and subscribe to the podcast. Find that by searching Almost Famous WATD on your favorite podcast app, or head over to almostfamousradio.com. So tonight, being joined in studio, this has been a long time coming. Super excited for this. We're being joined by the Far Out. Guys, how you doing?
Good. Hey. Doing good. Thank you for having us.
Of
Excited
course.
to finally be here.
I know. It's been a while. It's been about a year and a half we've been trying to plan this.
I think so.
Something like that.
Who is in studio? Let's do a round of introductions.
My name is Henry Zagarella. I play keyboard and vocals for the Far Out.
I'm Liv Lowe. I play guitar, flute, and vocals.
I'm Ellie Dolan, and I sing vocals and play trumpet.
I'm Ryan Fremont-Smith, and I play bass and some saxophone sometimes.
I'm Colin Seneschal. I play saxophone and guitar, and sometimes a little bass.
I usually don't ask this question, but I'm going to throw it out to you because I honestly don't know the answer to this. How would you describe your sound for somebody who has never heard you before?
That's a good one.
I would start with energetic. We bring a lot of energy to the stage. We bring a lot of energy to our performances, and it translates to our music very well.
It's hard to pinpoint a genre. Colin, what were you going to say?
I always call it party music. I think
that's a great description as well.
Yeah. Pop, funk.
Party music, but not electronic, like live instruments. Yes. Live dance music is maybe a good way of putting it.
Soul party, dude. Soul party.
Well, if you want
Soul party makes sense.
If you want a perfect example of what they sound like, you just dropped a new single about a month ago.
Mm-hmm. Now that's a party song, right?
That is a party song. It's definitely a party song.
Funkadelic Gas.
Funkadelic Gas, yeah. It's all about just sort of getting together with live musicians that have grown up listening to similar stuff, blast from the past.
Yep.
With Funkadelic Gas.
That's
of course.
right.
That's the lyric.
I love it.
So it's all about that, just blending funk and soul and blues and a little bit of jazz, and some rock and roll.
Definitely some rock and roll, yeah.
And that's how I describe our sound, is a genre smoothie. If you will.
Yes. This is by far one of the craziest band setups I've ever had in over 10 years of doing this radio show, so I can't wait to hear you guys live. But before we get to that, share your online information, the website, the Facebook, the Insta, TikToks.
Yep. You can find us on Insta at The Far Out. We finally managed to nab just the handle at The Far Out. We have not had that look on TikTok, so we're at We Are The Far Out on there, and our website is thefarout.band.
Speaking of bands, you are the winner of Last Band Standing with the New England Music Awards. What was that moment like in your life?
Well, we prepared a lot for that, which was so cool, because the first one, it felt like when we went and we saw like so many other great bands play, and we had the very last set. And we were like
both rounds.
That's right. And like,
true.
As Ellie was saying, we always bring energy, but starting at 11 p.m., we were in the green room. We're like, we really got to do this.
Yeah, they've seen 8 bands tonight. We need to.
Everyone was so good. Really good bands.
Fantastic bands.
But that was, we actually had a gig last night that too. Like when you see great bands, it fires you up to play too.
Oh, absolutely.
It was so fun. But yeah, preparing for the whole thing, it was so fun.
Well, the audience must have agreed, because you then went on to win, I think it was Live Act of the Year at the New England Music Awards.
Or New Act.
New Act of the Year.
New Act of the Year.
That's right. Yeah. That was huge.
That's
crazy.
Very fun.
Unexpected and so appreciated. I see that photo of us on the stage all the time because it's like on our Spotify thing. And like we all look like just aghast.
My eyes are like saucers.
You're holding
We did it.
Ellie's holding it like, what is going on?
We had a Jason Tatum moment. We did it.
We did it.
And we were nominated for Live Act of the Year as well, which was like, again, such an honor. And that ended up going to Cooked Out, who are buds of ours.
Friends.
And they are amazing performers. I was like, if we're going to lose to anyone, that is the band to lose
I think
to.
that was the best part of it, is you were nervous about winning or not winning it, but as soon as somebody else won, you were like, oh yeah, of course.
We
celebrated just for that.
And it came full circle too, because it was Best Rock Act was Total Strangers, who are friends of ours. Cooked Out won.
I think so too.
Life of the Party. So talk about that song. How did that one happen?
I started writing that song actually way before the band came together. in 2020, we were all kind of in our houses and we didn't have too much time to be like, oh, let's go see live music because it just wasn't happening. And I kind of wrote a song about being shut inside and trying to make the party happen and not feeling like you want a party to happen. But people are like, hey, man, you're the life of the party. So the song is very like happy, sad in a way. It's kind of like melancholy. But the music part of it, and especially like the horns and all the kind of like Wolfpacky like hits and licks, we tried to make super fun sounding, even though if you look at the lyrics, it's kind of like, oh, dang.
And what's fun about that song is Hen actually released a version of it pretty far out, but we are all, I think we're all on it. Colin, are you on that recording?
Yeah, that was. I think that's
Ryan
the
plays
beginning
guitar,
of the band, maybe like subtly,
spiritually.
Henry was like, "Hey, come over and record some stuff." Like,
Ryan was across the country.
Pieces.
That's right. You helped me mix the song in a different state.
So let's travel back in time just a bit to the formation of the band, because I have to say I met Liv because she works in radio before I met the rest of the band, and I asked her, how the band came together, and she kind of rolled her eyes and said they all knew each other before me.
It's true.
Yeah. Henry, Colin, and I met in second grade and became very close friends. And we all started playing music throughout middle school, throughout elementary school, throughout high school in various different forms. And then in 2021, we all came together. Henry brought all of us together and we played our first show in Ipswich in 2021.
That's right. So Ellie, Colin, and I met in second grade, but then we met Ryan in sixth grade in middle school.
Boy.
I would say when Colin and I were kind of just looking into music slowly in fourth or fifth grade, like Bruce Springsteen, U2, stuff like that. Ryan, I remember, kind of brought in this like Santana, Jason Mraz, some like guitar, vocalist.
I think you guys showed me Jason Mraz, though. I think you did.
Oh, that could be right.
You did, because I remember we were on the way to Hood Pond and Curbside Prophet.
That's a
life-changing.
Yeah, changed my life. But no,
Hell of a
you are
summer.
right. You are right, because I was doing a lot of like jazz and blues, so Santana and Aerosmith.
Aerosmith was
for me.
sure.
So funny story is Aerosmith lives
there.
about 3 minutes down the road.
No way.
What?
It's always
You want to open up a few more mics?
Where's Steven Tyler? Where is he?
He listens too, so say hi.
Oh my
Hey,
God,
Steven.
Steven Tyler, I love you. I absolutely love you so
Perry,
much.
you taught me how to play
He
guitar.
shops at Roach Brothers right down the street.
I will
Oh my
say,
God, we're going there after.
Steven Tyler, for a guy who has a high tenor voice, you are a huge inspiration, dude. Like, your rock voice is legendary. It's iconic. We used to love Walk This Way, same old song. We would sing those songs in middle school.
Dream
like
On. Oh
Dream
my
On, going down
God.
the hallway.
So
Like,
Dream On
crazy.
gives me chills still.
yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
amazing.
Those were like some
Crying.
of the first songs.
Crying is a good one.
Yeah.
Maybe in 20 years there will be another band sitting here talking about us.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yo,
that's
you know
nice.
they're from Ipswich?
Do you like a long weekend? So let's talk about that song. How did that song happen? There's a lot of arrangements in these songs, I can tell.
Oh, so that song, I write a lot of songs that have to do with like either getting together for parties or complaining about work. 9 to 5. So,
As you
and
should.
yes. And so, I don't know, we were just grinding a lot at work, and I was just like, man, I could use a 3-day weekend right about now. And so then I just thought about all the things that go into making you feel that way. And it's supposed to be sort of, a little simple, but also kind of grinding at the same time. Boom, 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 boom. It's just like the monotony of the day.
When you showed me that chorus, I was immediately like,
That's
okay,
okay.
we got something.
No, me
here.
too,
We got
me too.
something.
I
Yeah,
had the exact same
idea
reaction.
is to get the whole crowd
Yeah.
singing, because it's just easy lyrics, easy melody. Follow along if you can.
Totally.
So you'd be in favor of a mandated 3-day weekend?
Absolutely.
yeah.
Okay.
I'd work 10-hour days, 4 days a week.
Yes.
To have 3
Yeah.
days.
I would too. I think that's,
Absolutely.
Yes.
I think we need to write that into law.
I think
Let's
that's
do
a
it
great
tonight.
idea.
It's happening here at WATD.
Get the pens.
So you mentioned you guys are from the North Shore, and you've been playing for a couple of years now. How have you found your place within not just your local community, but the Boston community as well?
Last band standing in the New England Music Awards. I know we already talked about it, but that was a huge part of that. I think we wanted a way to break into that community a little bit more, and had been playing at the Jungle, eventually branched out into the Burren, and we just had a show at Deep Cuts. So like slowly moving up the ladder, we got to open for Dogs in a Pile at the Sinclair this past December, which was like
So fun.
yeah,
Really fun night.
stupid fun. And I think it's just genuinely the grind, the hard work, and the
I
friendliness.
think a little bit, and also just like we've met so many cool, nice people.
Yeah.
And I think everyone here is so friendly. Every show that we've played in the last 3 years has been like, hey, let's play together again. That was awesome. Let's do this again.
And I feel like we make a point to exclusively kind of work with people that we get along with, that we like, and that are friendly. And we're just a bunch of goofballs, to be quite honest. And we need that sort of like good energy around us. And
it's super cool when we go to a gig like out of state and we have other bands who are friends with us and they show up.
Yeah.
And it's so cool because then it feels like, we're in this kind of community, and we started literally playing in my parents' backyard.
Yeah.
That's how the Far Out
out of
started.
necessity.
So
Quarantine.
it's just really cool to recognize someone who is coming out to support you, and then you go out to support them.
Yeah.
It's been so exciting building a network like that.
Well, we are up against our first break of the night. We have a lot to go. We have the full band in studio tonight, the Far Out, with all the horns, all the keys, all the strings. So we're going to hear a lot more tonight. We're brought to you each week by Tiny and Sons Glass. Back in just a few. 95.9 WATD.
And now, back to Almost Famous on 95.9 WATD.
Welcome back to the Almost Famous Tiny Stage on 95.9 WATD. Brought to you by Tiny and Sons Glass, introducing you to independent bands and musicians from across New England. I'm John Shea, being joined in studio by the Far Out. Guys, how you doing?
Awesome.
Great.
Libs, put her coat on. Is it cold in there?
I'm always cold. I'm one of those, okay? I'm one of those.
Well, let's do another round of introductions. Who is here?
Hi, my name's Henry, and I'm comfy with the temperature, John. It's pretty nice.
That's good. Somebody is.
My name's Liv. I'm wearing 3 layers right now.
My name is Ellie, and I'm wearing a scarf. So I'm medium on the temperature.
There you go. My name's Ryan, and I do have a little sweatshirt thing on,
that
but
thing
I
looks
usually
cozy.
consider myself a bit of a polar bear. I can go really cold.
He runs
I can.
hot.
I do run hot. I do.
My name's Colin. I like it cold, and fun fact, I got a flannel on that's keeping me warm. And fun fact of the day, which is not available for radio, but John and I have the same flannel
We are.
on today.
We're dressed
So we're
alike.
twins.
We're wearing the same
It's
shirt.
awesome.
We planned the whole thing.
Oh my God.
There's nothing different. It's crazy.
So funny.
This was meant to
LL
Down
Bean,
to the
baby.
mustard
Props to
stain.
LOB.
Yeah, absolutely.
New England classic.
So share with us again the website, the socials, all the places you can be found online.
Yep, at The Far Out on Instagram. That's probably where we're the most active, and Facebook. And our website is thefarout.band.
And there's some music out there, including a new single that dropped about a month ago. Tell us what's available on the streaming sites.
We got a EP that came out in 2023 and 3 singles since then. See Red You're Dead, Pack to Go, and Funkadelic Gas is the newest.
Fantastic. We have all the instruments in studio tonight. This might be one of the most intense mixing jobs I've done live here, but who's playing what tonight?
I'm on keyboards and vocals. That's Henry.
I'm on just guitar and vocals tonight. A little shaker.
I'm on trumpet and vocals.
I'm on saxophone and vocals tonight.
And a little guitar.
And guitar.
Right?
And a little guitar. Yeah, I forgot about that.
He's going to pick up guitar.
Similar to Ryan, I'm on sax and guitar, so thanks, Liv, for bringing the acoustic.
I was writing this song a while ago, and it's really funny because I'm keeping this forever, but I have a voice memo of myself singing it in the car.
Oh, I've heard it.
Before I've pitched the idea, and it's so funny because I don't know the words yet, but I'm just doing like the if you want me, like just random syllables because I'm like I'll write it later. But I remember being very excited and taking it to Liv and Ellie and being like, this is gonna be something. Like let's do it. It's totally
fun.
like
And
Stevie
it
Wonder
was.
inspired. Like it's super fun. It's super fun.
So I have to ask about songwriting because there's so much going on in all of your songs. How do you guys compose?
Oh, geez. It's like a range of things. Typically, one of us will have an idea and bring it to 1 or 2 of the other people in the group, and we'll flesh it out together is usually how it works. There's 6 of us in this group, so there's always an element of when we're learning a song.
Oh yeah, who's missing?
Drew, our
Drew is our drummer who's
Okay.
missing today.
Yeah, I think it usually starts small. Like it's like one person, maybe 2. Then that'll expand to like 2 more people,
Yeah.
and then we'll rehearse it. And then the people
Yeah.
who didn't get one, like put in some input there.
And
Yeah.
we all totally have our strengths or our things that we zone in on, I guess, when we're
Yeah.
writing. Like I am like such a lyrics person. So sometimes Henry and Drew were just like jamming on something, and I took a recording of it, wrote the whole song that night. Like
And that single's coming out soon. So.
we're not playing it today, but
Not
it's coming.
playing it yet.
It's coming
I was
soon.
trying to
Very cool.
figure out. I was like, what song are they talking about
what's
right
the
now?
hell?
Hang on.
Sneaky.
When you write a song, say Liv writes the lyrics, the band works out the instrumentation part, how long does it take for a song to become a Far Out song? Like
Oh
how do
my
you
God.
work in the harmonies, the horn parts? How does everything kind of come together?
on the song.
It so ranges. Sometimes, so that one I was just talking about where Henry and Drew were just jamming on something, I wrote the lyrics. We learned that pretty immediately.
Right.
Ellie actually was
I was in Copenhagen. Visiting my brother who lives there. Shout out, Reed.
But we really wanted to play for this gig.
And I was flying home to play this specific gig, and I had practiced it maybe once before I left, and I was gone for about 2 weeks. And I got the MIDI track from Liv and Henry, and I listened to it on my 8-hour plane ride and just had it in my head. And that was my form of rehearsing, and played the gig that night.
Because we were just so excited about that one. We just wanted to do it.
Brought the trumpet on the plane.
It was we performed that song and Pack to Go. We premiered those on the same night, and I remember listening to both of them on the plane. But those two were really fast.
But then we've had some that we've workshopped, and we've been I don't know.
I was
played it live.
I was going to say
forever.
one of the newest singles, Funkadelic Gas, I think was a lot of where does this work? What's going to happen here? We had the bones of it, but because there's a lot of writing in it, a lot of horn lines, a lot of intricate stuff.
I remember at the beginning, there people were like, "Oh, it's too long before the chorus." I was like, "Hold on, we can add stuff, we can layer stuff," and then when we were mixing it, I was like, "Okay, now we got to take stuff out because there's a lot of stuff."
I was just going to ask. So when is the song ready? When do you know a song is ready for the live performance and also ready for the studio?
If it feels good.
Yeah, I think we like to play stuff live early. If it's mostly ready, we'll play it live and kind of workshop it while we're there. So run it a few times, be like, I didn't feel good about that. Maybe we adjust it. Sometimes it works first try. Sometimes it takes 10 tries.
I will say too, when it comes to recording music and knowing when those kind of mixes are done, something Ryan and I always subscribe to is the car test.
Yes.
Which is, do you feel good when you're driving and listening to this song?
Yep.
Then it's ready. But if you're listening to it and things are jumping out at you ooh, that could be different, that could be different, then it's take it back to the kitchen.
Because
that's good.
If it's gonna go live like that, then you got to listen to it
for the rest of your life.
So you want to make sure everything that's in there is something that you can hear over and over again, and not be upset about it.
See Red, you're dead.
This song is so fun because the
Talk
name.
about lore.
Can we talk about lore?
I want to know about the name.
It almost comes out of nowhere. It sounds like a very typical love song, and then it's what is he saying? See Red, what does that mean?
I would call it a lust song.
Can we say that on the air?
Yes, you can.
It's very specific about my words.
But
Steven Tyler's getting excited.
Oh my God, yes.
Steven, you want to come sing a verse? Let's do
Oh my
it.
gosh, I wish.
So
That'd be crazy.
with that song, it actually throws back to a high school experience. We had this great, super eccentric, exciting project adventure teacher who taught us about climbing and rappelling, and she would show us carabiners and lock them into the harness. I can't say it.
I have a story about that, but keep going.
So when your harness isn't tied right, there's a little red band that will be exposed. And so she would always say, "See red, you're dead," as in, if you see that band, you're going to fall. So that happened maybe 12 years ago, and now it's in
But she
song.
had this really iconic, raspy Boston accent. She would say, "See red, you're dead." So
See
it
red,
kind of,
you're dead.
so it kind of lived on the lore.
And
it was so
I
funny.
actually don't even know this. Did you set out to write a song with that name, or did that just come naturally?
So the song was originally just called Red. And then I was like, okay, I like that title, but I feel like it needs, the chorus. We didn't have a chorus, remember?
Yeah.
And so we were like, what are we going to do during the chorus? And when I say you, I mean Ryan.
Well, you gave me the bones. The words
true.
were there. The words were there.
But
and then,
there was a feeling, I remember, where you hit the bass on the, anyone who knows the song has the that kind of syncopated thing. And we were like, we could say something on that. And then it started becoming "See Red, You're Dead." Yeah. And we were like, well, that's hilarious, and we're not turning back from that.
Wait, actually, there's an Easter egg. In the song, Henry literally says, just like Mickey said, "See red,
that's
you're
right.
dead."
Yeah, Mickey McVan, that's our teacher.
And
she loves us, man.
I'm going to give you my
Mickey.
funny
So great.
story real quick about that. So in the Project Adventure final, it said, what do you clip into before you go belaying?
Oh,
right?
my God, yeah.
And the entire class thought it was carabina.
With an A at the end.
A-H, right?
Carabina.
It was wrong. I got it wrong on the final. And I was like,
because of the Boston accent.
She's like, how dare you?
And I think
fun
she
of me.
thought I was making fun of her, but I was like, I
thought that's what it was.
to my soul, thought it was that. Carabina.
Mickey McVan.
Okay, so I have to ask here, and I'm gonna give you guys an option of one or two questions here.
Okay.
Go down the line here. No time to think about this. Either either a song you wish you wrote or your favorite song lyric of all time.
Oh my God.
Okay, I got song that I wish I wrote is Norwegian Wood by the Beatles, because that's just like a gorgeous mixolydian, like just the melody of that. It's such a simple song, but I just think it's like beautiful. It's beautiful.
Oh, I've got mine. My favorite song lyric is out of Laundry Room by the Avett Brothers. I am a breathing time machine.
Yeah, that's a great
That's good.
I don't know about my favorite lyric, but I have two quick options for songs I wish I wrote. One is Moon River by Henry Mancini, because I think it's the most beautiful song of all time. And the second is As by Stevie Wonder, because I think it is truly the greatest song of all time.
Let's go.
I'll give you another Stevie Wonder song that I wish I wrote. It was I Wish.
I think mine would have to be Let's Stay Together by I wish I wrote that
That's
song.
a good one,
I
too.
love that song.
I want to ask about your live performance experience.
When we hit that song, there's a certain part that really hypes me up. Ryan does like a little bass breakdown. And when we just played a recent gig, I started doing high knees and playing the organ because I was so amped up because of how it sounded.
Yeah.
And that's just how we always do it. Usually we'll lock eyes with each other and we'll do something crazy.
Yeah.
Sometimes Colin will cross the stage to come play something right in front of me.
I'm
It's
always
so awesome.
jumping sideways, too. I'm doing
Yes, you
bump,
do.
bump, 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 side to side.
It's
I
so
really
fun.
think it's just like, I don't know how anyone
I think
would
it's-
perform this kind of music without doing
Yeah,
what
right.
we do
It's
on
right.
Too
stage.
much fun. Like,
It
Yeah.
feels
it's
so
too much fun.
natural.
So if you guys had a Fitbit on, how many steps would you put in each show?
It's a
I
full
always
workout.
wonder that.
I have had gigs where I get the move ring and it goes, you tripled your movement goal.
Oh my God.
I'll say this. I need to bring a sweat towel to most shows.
It is
Wow.
a full workout,
Yes.
and I
Yeah.
have been sore for like
Oh, me
multiple
too.
days after.
My
Yeah.
thighs always get sore because I guess when
calves.
when
Yeah.
I'm playing
do-
guitar, like Ryan and I are
bounce.
always
We
bouncing.
bounce.
Yeah,
We bounce
bouncing.
a lot.
Kicking.
Yeah, there's a part in Long Time Coming where Liv and I kick, but I have to stretch before it because if not, the back of my legs will kill me.
I will say this too. I think the better the crowd, the more that I see the crowd is having fun, the more it gives me that energy.
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
a cycle.
And then we start going out into the crowd. Like I got my wireless cable, and I love going out into the crowd. And
Yeah, you jumped
Wireless
right
is
off
so
the stage
fun.
And
the other
that's
night.
something that that's
Wireless
something
is underrated.
no one ever expects is like so how many of us are wireless and Ryan just jumping into the crowd.
I have to be careful though because I'm a big-bodied
6'2".
individual
Yeah.
with a big-bodied
instrument.
instrument. And one time I clocked your dad with the bass,
no.
and it was bad, Henry.
Ew.
I felt so bad. I stopped. I was like, "Are you good?"
He probably like had a blast, dude. He's always in the
I
front
think it
row.
wasn't light either. It was like
It was a swing, yeah.
yeah.
Well, we are coming up against our final break of the night. We have time for one more song. Does that work for you guys?
Yeah.
Do it.
All right, we'll be back in just a few here on the Tiny Stage with The Far Out here on 95.9 WATD, brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass.
And now, back to Almost Famous on 95.9 WATD.
For the final time tonight, welcome back to the Almost Famous Tiny Stage, 95.9 WATD, brought to you by Tiny & Sons Glass. I'm John Shea. If you're a local band or musician with original music you'd like to hear on the radio, please reach out, find all the contact information on the Almost Famous page at 959watd.com. Give me a follow on Facebook and Instagram at Almost Famous Radio, and subscribe to the podcast. Find that by searching Almost Famous WATD on your favorite podcast app or at almostfamousradio.com. Tonight, being joined in studio by The Far Out. Guys, how's it going?
So
Doing
fun.
well.
So
Great.
fun.
Yeah, having a
Great,
great time.
John.
Who is in studio tonight? Who's playing what?
Henry Zagarella on the keys and the vocals.
Live low on guitar and vocals.
Ellie Dolan on the trumpet and vocals.
Ryan FS, guitar, saxophone, vocals.
Colin Seneschal, saxophone and guitar.
And who is missing?
Drew
Drew Phillips, drummer machine, the man on the throne.
Since the drummer is not here, anybody have a favorite drummer joke?
Oh,
That you can say on the radio.
Colin just did a good one.
Yeah.
Ba-dums.
That's
That's the whole joke.
Okay.
Off of my head, John. Man, that's tough. Man.
How about the website, the socials, any of the places you can be found?
Oh, yeah. We got thefarout.band. That's our website. At The Far Out on Instagram and at We Are The Far Out on TikTok.
Available music, what's out there?
We've got an EP that came out in 2023 that's got 4 songs on it, 4 wonderful songs, if I might add. And we also have 3 singles out right now, teasing a future project. That's See Red, You're Dead, Pack to Go, and Funkadelic Gas just came out, baby.
And if anybody wants to stay up to date on that future project, where's the best place to go?
I would check out our Instagram.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah,
at The Far Out.
definitely.
We're always going there, yeah.
Guys, thank you so much for being here. Best of luck with everything, and we'll catch you soon.
Thank you,
John,
John.
good.
Thank you
Thank
so
you.
much for
Thank you
having
so
us.
much.
This is totally fun.
Awesome. 95.9 WATD.